Hello leaders, welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the art of leadership and personal growth. Today, we're tackling the crucial question, what's holding you back? If you ever felt stuck or wonder why you're not reaching your full potential, this video is for you. We're uncovering these hidden barriers that limit your growth and, more importantly, how to break through them. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have the insights and tools to elevate your leadership and accelerate your personal development. Ready to unlock your true potential? Let's get started. Let's start with growth. Let's define it. So it's a process of developing new skills, attitudes, actions, or reactions that can have a positive impact on your life and increase your overall well-being. And once we know or we define as a person what area I'm decided to improve or to grow, that's where the self-awareness of this video is, right? So now I know where I'm going to. I know where's my weakness. I know where the area I can improve or I want to improve. So now the self-awareness topic is where it becomes the most important thing to do, because you need to know where you are at today. And that's what self-awareness helps us. Understanding your feelings, understanding your physical sensations, understanding your reactions, your habits, your behaviors, and your thoughts. You are aware of all these different aspects of yourself as if you were another person observing you, right? So kind of if you're looking yourself from the outside, and that'll help you to understand a little bit of yourself. So that's how we can define self-awareness. Self-awareness basically is understanding you, understanding how you behave, how you react, and why you are doing that, right? So why this is important? Why do I have to know how I think, what I think, how I behave? Why? So when you know and you have that understanding of yourself, you know why you're doing things, right? And this is where all ties together, because now we talk about growth and we define a growth path or some area that I want to improve. And let's say I want to be healthier, right? So I want to be a healthier person. So to be aware or have that self-awareness of myself, now I have to understand where I'm at today. I know where I want to go, right? I want to be healthier. Where am I today? So that's why I need to be self-aware, understand my behaviors today that are taking me to the current state that I don't want to be. Once I understand that, I understand that this is the current situation, the future situation, and there's a gap in between. That's the work I need to do, but now I know it. So that's why it's very important for me to understand myself, how I think, how I react, how I behave, so I can correct and improve as I see properly. Again, this is not about ideal state. This is not about the perfect situation. It's about yourself. This life is about your own race. You're racing against yourself. Forget about the rest. Forget about the competition. This is against yourself, right? What is holding you back? Am I really understanding what is holding me back to get where I want to be? What is that? How do I know? And this is where we are limiting ourselves to a certain roof, right? So our roof is here. We want our roof to be over here. So how we do that? The first thing, and probably I will repeat it during this video too much, the same things, but it's about having goals, having a clear picture where I want to go. That's the first steps, because there's a famous writer and philosopher that says, what you can measure, you cannot improve, right? So first, you need to know where you're going, where you're at, and how you're going to improve. And then you start measuring yourself, right? So that's very, 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 very important, that you know where you're going, to define your goal, define your target, whatever that is, whatever that means. But define it. Have a clear picture where you're going, because otherwise you will be doing a lot of different things. You will get nowhere because you're not where you're going. So it's very, very important, guys, that you pay attention and you have a clear picture where your end goal is, because you will get there. three more that I consider the most important things that could be limiting your true potential. So it could be your beliefs, could be your behaviors, and could be your environment. So those three things are the ones that could be limiting your true potential. So let's set an example about the beliefs. How my beliefs are limiting myself to grow. And let's first start by saying that your definition of success is having a lot of money, right? Having a big company, be the owner of a big company, and that's my true definition of success. Okay, let's set that as an example. So now, how my beliefs are going to play against me. So I have to go and ask myself what success looks like for me and what success means for me, right? So again, we go back to the topic, self-awareness. So once I start writing that, then I realize that for me, a successful person, it's a person that is lonely. It's a person that does not have many friends, that does not have family because he has to work too much, right? That he's always angry, that he feels more important than most of the people around him, right? So that's my definition of a successful person. So my subconscious will stop me to suffer, right? So if that's my belief and that's not something that I want to do or I want to be in the future, so I will be limiting myself because I don't want to be there subconsciously, because I will suffer. So I have to adjust my beliefs and redefine and create my own definition of success. What success means for me that I'm comfortable with, right? I want to be a family-oriented person. I want to be a nice person to everyone. How do I define success to feel comfortable with and change my belief that that's not a negative situation? I will turn that into a positive mindset, and then I will be able to pursue it because I will be adjusting my belief on success, right? And that's purely an example. Another example. So I want to lose weight, and my belief is that food is bad. Most of the food is bad, right? And that's my belief. So I'll be damaging myself by eating only certain things to get to my target. And it will be suffering and it won't be unsustainable in my day-to-day basis. So what happens if I go back, challenge myself, and start asking me these questions to say, what if I learn how to eat? What food is beneficial to me and adapts that to my day-to-day basis, to my lifestyle, right? So once I do that, I realize that now my lifestyle is sustainable because it adapts to what I need, to the way I live. So I redefine my success, got self-aware of my belief today, understand that that belief was not helping me to get to my goal, and then go back and try to change it. Try to change that belief to help me understand that that's not that scary. Now let's move to our habits. This is another big topic, that why you're not achieving your goals or where you want to be. And in this, there's a misalignment between what I say I want, whatever that is, again, you define that. What I say I want against where am I here today and what I'm doing it every single day. So let me give you an example so it's clear. Let's say that I want to be a big reader this year. I want to read one book a week. In a year, I want to do 52 books. I want to be just the best reader in this year. But every day, you read 1 or 2 pages. That's your habit, right? You're reading every day. So you have the habit adapted to your goal. But your actions are not enough to get where you want to be. So that means that when you go back and ask yourself, what am I doing today? And gain that self-awareness, you will understand that you need to read a little bit more than a couple pages per day to achieve 52 books a year. You have to align your agenda to achieve your targets. I want to be healthier. I want to be more active. Okay? But then you go back and you review your habits. You're waking up in the morning and then you go to work. And then after work, you go back, you watch TV, you stay on the couch, you snack, you this, you do that, right? And then at the end of the week, you realize that, oh, this week I didn't go to the gym. What happened? What happened is that your habits every day are not adapted to achieve your goals, right? And when you don't achieve your goal, you're going to have the feeling of stress, of anxiety, of disappointment. You will be losing your confidence in yourself because you're not achieving your goals. By not being self-aware, you will not understand what you can do better to actually achieve those goals. And by going back and ask yourself, what am I doing on a daily basis to achieve that goal? That's where you can start changing things. And let's go to the number 3. Your environment. Your beliefs and your habits are very important, but this one can really be a game changer in your life. At least it was for me. So how's your environment today? Is your environment helping you, empowering you, motivating you, not distracting you to achieve your goals? And you need to evaluate that, because that's where our limit is sometimes. And let me set another example. I want to improve my personal financials, right? But then I have this group of friends that they're just talking about, I bought this, I bought that. And when I'm talking about these goals, they're kind of start laughing and they kind of don't take me serious. And they're saying, hey, you're cheap, you don't want to spend any dollar, you earn good money here and that. So you think that type of environment is really helping you to achieve your goal? And what's going to happen, right? Are they going to, at some point, break that goal that you were trying to achieve? If you're trying to not drink anymore alcohol, but you have these friends that every weekend they want to have fun and they go to clubs and they start drinking, you think that'll be easier to achieve your goal? Of course not. The tough question to ask is it really helping me to achieve what I want to achieve, to get where I want to get, to go where I want to go? Is this really helping me? And it's tough. Trust me that it's tough, because sometimes you will realize that you have to let go some persons in your life that are not adding value, or not that are not a value, it's just that are not helping you, right? In whatever you want to do. And it's tough because that's family, that's friends. But if you're really committed to what you want to do in your life, you have to take those tough decisions and adjust your beliefs, behaviors, or habits, and your environment, and in order to align your efforts and get better in that area that you want to be. Because at the end of the day, like we say at the beginning of the video, this is for yourself. This is about you. This is not about nobody else. This is about you. So you have to look for yourself and you have to take the best decisions for you and your life. If that means that you have to lose a couple persons here and there, so be it. If that means that I have to take a tough decision and switch jobs, even though that will represent a financial impact in the short term, it's tough. But that might be the right decision to do. Of course, you have to evaluate certain things and don't rush into things as well. There's a phrase that I heard some time ago that was really, really interesting, and I'm going to say it. When you're young, How much are you really enjoying your younghood? And how much are you wasting your future? It's a very, very interesting and deep phrase or saying that if I heard this back then, maybe I would have taken different decisions. Another thing that it's very important to know is whatever you have done until this point in your life, whatever the person you are today, that won't help you to get where you want to be. You have to adapt yourself, and you have to be a different person with a different set of beliefs, behavior, and environment to get where you want to get. And as usual, here is always tools on how to apply this. So let's start with the first one, the self-talk, right? How do I gain self-awareness? Self-talk is so important. It was so important as well on the fear, but this is so important as well on the self-awareness topic, on your limit, right? You have to ask yourself every time. Make it tough questions to yourself when you're alone, when you're in the morning before going to bed, right? What do I really want? Where do I want to be? What habits I have to change? Is my environment really helping me the way it should? Are my friends supportive? The goals of my friends are the same that I do have. And of course, this is not magic. It will take time and effort and a lot of nights and a lot of days and asking questions until you really understand, and probably you will not understand yourself entirely, right? But it's very important that every day we know a little bit more about ourselves. Number 2 is find someone to copy. So in your own definition of success, in your own definition of being that better person that you are today, what are some examples that you can follow, right? There must be someone that you admire, that person has that specific characteristic in their lives that you can emulate, right? And then once you find that person, you can see what they do, how they do it. You can go and talk to them, interview them. That's a way it will help you, right? What the successful persons are doing that you are not. And if you start doing those things, of course it will get there, right? Because they already walk the path and they can teach you what they did. And whatever applies to your life, because not every life is the same, you need to adapt those to your own circumstances, and maybe that'll help you. And in here, there's a phrase that I don't like entirely, but it applies a little bit, that it's fake it till you make it, right? I will change that a little bit by try it until you believe it, right? So you have to try different things and be that brave to say, okay, if I try this, I don't feel comfortable, but maybe I keep trying it and then I feel comfortable and it's driving me to the real results, right? So those are the things that you can do to apply this second tool. And the tool number 3, start small. You don't have to go crazy. And if you're trying to improve a habit, you go turn from black to white overnight. That won't work. You have to start small, take baby steps. There's this phrase from Chris Robinson from the Maxwell leadership team that says, learn a little, do a little. And I love this phrase because sometimes you want to put some big efforts in learning all these big things, and then we read 10 books, and then we go to 10 trainings and this and that, and we forget to apply it, right? So if we say, let's try one new thing every single day, I assure you that if the time goes by and you start doing this every single day, you won't even notice it, but you'll be far away from the point where you started. Far way better. So always remember, learn a little, do a little. So okay, this is all the information we have for today. I hope this is useful and to learn something that you can apply in your life. Again, this is something that it's been helpful for me, and I want to share with everyone. So if you like this information, please don't forget about following the page. There will be one video every week to like the video and to share with your friends. Maybe they find some value as well. Thank you everyone for staying here, and see us on the next video.